Time to rise. Call meeting to order. Let's call roll, please.
Mike Bell. Mike Bell.
We're calling.
Here. Excuse me.
Bill Britton. Tony Cox.
Here.
Bob Garrett.
Here.
John Hofer.
Here.
Keith Jackson.
Here.
Louis Jarvis.
Here.
Matt Lacy.
Here.
Tom Rush.
Here.
Dan Winter.
Here. Everyone's present, ready to go into the year. First order of business, public comments. Anybody got anything they'd like to share with the board this morning? Come on. All right. Good morning. Good morning, there you go. It's raining, you know, there's something going on. All right, you got the minutes in your package. Any questions, comments, changes?
I'll make a motion to second.
Motion to approve, Lacy, Jarvis second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Minute stand is approved. Amy, looks like we're ready to talk dollars.
All right, hopefully you received the financial statements yesterday in your email, and I tried to make a couple of notes just on the financial statements themselves. Number one, the roof was installed in December on the rental house, and so that has been added to the rental property asset account. In the month of December, if you look at employee independent insurance, it looks a little odd, but in November, we actually paid 2 months worth of health insurance to the county, and so kind of doubled up last month, and the credit there is where the employees were sharing in that cost. So year-to-date is a better picture of that expense. Also, in the repairs and maintenance equipment, it does include almost $14,000 of repairs or replacement of the undercarriage on one of the dozers. We recorded depreciation in December for the quarter ended December 31st, and so for the month it does show a net loss, but year to date we're still positive 100 and almost 33,000.
And this reflects halfway through the year.
That's right. That's correct.
Question?
The expense on the repair, was that an expense not advertised?
It will be depreciated in the end,
Okay,
though,
okay.
but for budget presentation purposes, we
Sure.
allowed for that in the expense, so I've left it there for now.
That when you close, it'll capitalize?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? What else you got for us, Amy?
I think,
You handed something out.
well, okay.
I saw.
I'll go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
If you recall from last month's meeting, you approved the cash receipts policy, and Tony, you had pointed out that in that policy, it did not address the 3-day rule on deposits. I have added that verbiage, that all receipts will be deposited within 3 days of receipt, and so, if you want to see it, it's in here twice, actually. And so that is for sure, both part of your internal control document and your cash receipts policy, so.
We had that cash policy anyway, just combined it with this new thing, right?
That's correct.
What other bookkeeping, house cleaning, keeping thing can you think of that we need formal policy on? Or is that kind of covers? We've changed 3 or 4 things, I believe, that for Dan or.
The internal control document that we have, which is now a requirement by the state,
Right.
state statute, covers pretty much all of the bookkeeping, cash receipts, cash disbursements, everything related to money in, money out, and the accounting for it. So I don't know that there's any area specifically that's not been addressed.
Do we have a formal purchasing policy?
Yes.
We did adopt
We
that.
did that,
Yes,
yeah.
you had that
Okay.
some time ago, yes.
We had talked about, I think it's $2,500 is the limit without board, and we talked about doing something else on it. Did we ever get any further on that, Tony?
No,
Okay. That's something else we work on later then.
It was on my to-do list and
No,
unfortunately.
that's
it's still
okay,
on the
that's not a
list.
big deal.
No, that's my fault.
But that's, I think will make us, and that's really not a housekeeping issue as much as it is for a, yeah, state mandated or whatever you want to call it. Clean it up.
All right. Amy, you got anything else?
I think that's it.
Tom, anything on the investment front we need to think about? Okay. Dan, looks like you're up.
Weather's kind of got us held back at the landfill from doing a whole lot of outside projects. We've moved to the inside, and we've actually disassembled the non-working baler and have brought the drains up to floor level. We're ready to pour concrete there to where we can utilize that to do our PMs and so forth. Also, we have not had a T-deck inspection this month, so I have nothing to report on that as well. And as much rain as we've had this month, we have not had any truck stuff yet. It has been kind of muddy out there, but we've yet to pull the first one out. And that's about all I have right now.
Is it too wet for T-Deck to get out and look? Or is it
Depends on your inspector. Some don't mind getting their feet muddy, others do.
Some don't come until it does get muddy.
Yes, that's.
And I've been told it's not, it's the checking the trucks out. They get upset when they come back when the inside's muddy and the outside's muddy, and so they kind of control that a little bit.
Okay, that all you got down?
That's all I've got.
Well, Bostic, looks like you're up.
Tony, excuse me just a second, I hate to interrupt you. It somewhat involves Steve, but we've overspent on our engineering. Do we need to make some kind of budget thing amendment to do that? Or is it something we need to wait on? I don't know. Amy?
Yes.
We need-
Yes.
Okay.
Is it, do we have offsetting savings in the expense side, or do we need to find additional revenue? Or is that something you need?
I think we've got some expense savings in fuel and some other things, but I don't know if it's something we need to do now, or do you think we ought to make because we've got 6 months to go. I mean, have you got any big expenditures, Steve, in this next 6 months coming, do you think?
The only thing big thing we've got coming is getting that closure plan.
Will that happen 16, 17?
It's gonna have to happen within the next couple of months.
Okay.
We've been working with Dan on it, we've got a plan on what needs to go to the state. We did, in this past year, we've had to update a bunch of plans, that spill prevention plan, your stormwater plan.
Right.
We've actually been working really close with the state on all the monitoring that's going on out there. They basically, well, I don't know what the right word is, but we had to redo, you can see the report that Dan's got there of all that.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff has, in the past, has not been done to their satisfaction. So, I probably if you'd like, I can put together something and kind of let you know what's
Does that
coming.
make sense?
Yeah, I think
Wait
we
for
checked out the rest of the.
You're,
And give everybody, well, I just noticed on our capital expenditures, we budgeted 109, we spent 8. I don't know if that's something that we've got down the line, I can't think what it would be. Plus on electricity, some things.
And on the capital expenditures, I think that included some pavement.
Yes, we had paving carryover from last year.
Which is part of the closure moving. So that's paving up to the scales.
Just up to the scales and coming off scales and that.
But electricity, I think we'll still be with
your well monitoring costs are gonna drop this year, because after we got 4 quarters of sampling, we've got them to drop off a bunch of those expensive analyses, which will also save in what we have to do on site. do the sampling. So if you'd like, I can kind of put you together a summary of what we're
That'd be
looking
pretty,
at.
and then we can, in the meantime, sort of go through and look what is, where we're we've underspent, let's call it.
Didn't we have a reduction also in testing, someone from quarterly to semi-annual or something?
Yeah,
I'm not worried about more going forward, I'm worried about what, from now through this, just to have this clean,
Why don't we ask you three to get together, put us something together for the next board meeting?
yeah, we can do that.
Okay. All right, Steve, give us what you got.
I gave everybody a summary of what's going on, I guess, through the end of last week, or, since the last meeting. We got the quarterly sampling report done for your monitoring wells. Actually, that report preparation's not underway, it's already been submitted to the state, there's a copy of it there that Dan's. We had to do a statistical analysis of that data to look at the background stuff, and that's where we had to, Chris Klein, who was at the meeting with me that time, he had to go and sit down with the state and figure out what past data we could use from your previous years, and finally the state just said, look, start at your first quarter last year and go forward. So we've done that and submitted it. We finally got enough rain to do your annual stormwater sampling right at the end of the year. Your gas monitoring's been completed, submitted. Leachate, your sample requirements there has been completed, submitted. And then the year-end summary report, which is a copy of what Dan's got, has got all that sampling information and the results from it. We're working on the closure plan revisions. We'll probably have something, Dan, for you to review in the next couple of weeks. After you and I met, after the last meeting, what our plan is to propose a 7 to 8 acre closure at first, and then give them a schedule for the rest of it. Your spill prevention plan has been finalized, and we've given Dan a copy of that, so he can take care of that from now on. We won't have to be involved in it. Your stormwater pollution prevention plan has been completed, submitted to TDEC, and we're looking at some modifications and additions on your existing properties to pick up some additional waste disposal space, and by the next meeting we'll be able to report on that a little bit closer. We've been working with some topo and starting to get some preliminary numbers put together.
Will those modifications be part of the closure plan, or is those?
No, that'll be a major modification you'll have to submit to the state. And what we're trying to do is just kind of tie everything out there together and work back toward that area on the existing landfill where you've got an overfill. The state's pretty much agreed that if we can work in there, we can use that, leave that overfill alone, and actually maybe get some additional space on top of it, what we're looking at right now.
At this time, we'll also update our operations manual.
You gotta, yeah, you'll have to do that as part of the major mod. You'll have to do every, Tony will have to sign 27 papers, signs life away.
Yeah, that's what.
There'll be an application and a fee, I think it's a couple of $3,000, something like that, that the state will ask for up front when we submit that, but that'll be down the road a little bit, so.
All right, anybody got anything for Steve? It looks like we're about to get through some of the big hurdles.
A lot of the big hurdles has been working with the state on this monitoring and sampling stuff. We had to do all 4 quarters last year, and based on what we've got done today, the results, the statistical analysis, I can't say that word, we're down now to semi-annual instead of quarterly. Plus, we've knocked a lot of those constituents off, that are showing up as zeros, you know, all through last year. So that's been a big hurdle, is getting them comfortable with the sampling out there. And there is the guy that we're working with at the state, he's one of the few pretty logical people over there. He kind of understands, you know, what you've got around you. You've got old closed landfills, you've got private landfill, and he's worked with us really well. So.
Okay. Dan, let's roll down and talk late fees.
Amy has passed out some information there a few moments ago. These are from November and December, so I didn't show up, I think they were current. But we are working on the final details of the scale and being able to run reports and what information we want to be able to run reports on. And like I said, some of the city and I think Waste Industries asked us to take some of the information off. It was too much. Some like it, so we're trying to finalize all that. But in all this, we've noticed, or we thought we might take the opportunity to figure out and look at what kind of late fees and finance charges we want to charge associated with this while we're finalizing these last few things in the scale program.
So are these the current numbers?
These are November and December. Everything's gonna be in real time when we get up and going.
So as far as accounts that are 30, 60, 90 days old, this is it?
This is for.
Well, it is a little distorted because of some issues we had in transferring information from the old system, but it's fairly accurate as far as the aging. And some of those in the 90 days are some that we turned over to collections still, and they're not got anywhere on.
What are we asking for, what kind of rate that you
What
want?
kind of rate we want to charge?
1.5% a month, 18%, that's what's standard. Isn't it? I guess
That's-
some usually comes into there somewhere, doesn't it? We're extending credit on a certain time of year, so I guess it, I think that's right, you go do it after 30 days?
Yes.
Is that the software designed to do that monthly compounding?
Don't say that, we can't do that.
Well, I mean, 1.5% a month, that's,
Yeah,
as long as the software can handle it, so what's your pleasure on 1.5?
I'd make a motion, we implement the 1.5%.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second, any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You have a late fee of 1.5. You got anything else under new business?
No.
I want to get a report from Mr. Caps, but is there anything under unfinished business we ought to bring to the floor before that? Any New Year's surprises or anything else? All right, Chris, we'd like to get you to kind of give us an update. Based on what you have to tell us, is it appropriate to go into executive session?
It is appropriate to go into executive session, so this would be a closed session that involves pending litigation. So anyone who is not a member of the board would be respectfully asked to leave the room at this time until we go back into regular session.
Thank you.